Listen to me. Right now, this very second, you have a choice. A choice to keep living the way you've been, trapped in the same routines, the same excuses, the same patterns that have kept you stuck. Or you can decide that this is the moment everything changes. Because here's the truth. No one is coming to save you. No one is going to hand you the life you want. You are not a victim. You are not powerless. But until you take radical responsibility for where you are, you will never get to where you want to be. You've been asleep. Not physically, but mentally. You've been moving through life on autopilot, reacting instead of creating. You've accepted less than you deserve because somewhere along the way, you bought into the lie that you had no choice. But I'm here to tell you that's a lie. You do have a choice. You always have. And now is the time to wake up. Burn the excuses. Burn the doubt. Burn the version of you that settles for less than your potential. That version of you is done. It's time to rebuild. The problem isn't that you don't have enough time, or money, or luck. The problem is that you've been telling yourself a story that keeps you small. A story about why you can't, why it's too hard, why it's too late. That story is the prison you've been living in. And today you break out. Let me tell you something. Rebuilding your life isn't easy. It requires sacrifice. It requires discipline. It requires you to stop blaming, stop complaining, and start doing. You want change? Then get up and create it. Change doesn't wait for permission. Success isn't reserved for the lucky. It's built by those who refuse to quit. It's earned by those who are willing to pay the price, day in, day out, with relentless effort and an unbreakable mindset. And make no mistake, your mindset is the key to everything. Weak mind, weak results. Strong mind, unstoppable results. If you let fear, doubt, and negativity control you, your life will reflect it. But if you train your mind to be resilient, to see opportunity where others see obstacles, to push forward when most people quit, you become a force. Your past doesn't matter. Your failures, irrelevant. Your mistakes, lessons, not life sentences. The only thing that matters is what you do now. The only thing that matters is that you wake up and take control. So get up, take a deep breath, and decide, right here, right now, that this is the moment your life changes forever. Because the truth is, you don't just rebuild your life. You reinvent it. You rise. You dominate. And you never look back. There was a man who spent years waiting for life to change. He waited for someone to recognize his talent, for a lucky break, for the right circumstances to magically appear. Every day, he woke up hoping that things would be different, but nothing ever changed. He blamed the world, his past, the people who didn't believe in him. He convinced himself that the reason he wasn't successful, happy, or fulfilled was because of forces beyond his control. Then one day, he had a moment of clarity, a brutal, gut-wrenching realization. No one was coming to save him. No one was going to swoop in and hand him the life he wanted. No one was responsible for his future except him. And in that moment, something inside him shifted. He saw every excuse he had been making, every limitation he had placed on himself, every opportunity he had ignored. He had been waiting for change when, all along, he had the power to create it. This is the same realization that will set you free. Right now, you might be waiting for the perfect time, waiting for motivation, waiting for someone to support you, validate you, give you permission. But let me tell you something. Waiting is the fastest way to destroy your dreams. Because the longer you wait, the more power you give away. The longer you wait, the deeper you sink into the mindset of a victim. Taking radical responsibility means you stop waiting and start acting. It means you look at your life, every part of it, and own it. Your success, your failures, your habits, your results. It's all you, not your parents, not your boss, not society, not luck. You. And that's not bad news. That's the best news you'll ever hear. Because if you are the problem, you are also the solution. Most people will never accept this truth. They will blame their circumstances, their past, the economy, other people. They will tell themselves a story about why they can't, why it's too hard, why it's not their fault. But that's a lie. And as long as they believe that lie, they will stay stuck. But the moment you decide to take full responsibility, your entire world shifts. You stop complaining and start creating. You stop making excuses and start making progress. You stop looking for someone to fix your problems and realize that you are the only one who can. It won't be easy. Radical responsibility is a heavy burden. It means no more blaming, no more waiting, no more hiding behind circumstances. It means looking yourself in the mirror and being brutally honest about where you are and what you've been doing. It means confronting the fact that your life, right now, is a result of the choices you've made. And if you don't like what you see, the only way to change it is to make different choices. Think about it. Every great success story starts with a decision, a moment where someone says, "Enough, I refuse to accept this any longer." And in that moment, everything changes. Because when you take responsibility, you take back your power. Imagine you're lost at sea, floating, waiting for rescue. You keep looking at the horizon, hoping for a ship to appear. But nothing comes. Days pass, and the waves get stronger. The sun gets hotter, and your strength begins to fade. Then you realize you have a raft. It's not perfect, but it floats, and you have two hands. You can paddle. You can move. It won't be easy, it won't be fast, but you can start making progress toward the shore. That's what radical responsibility is. It's realizing that you already have everything you need to move forward. It's not about having perfect conditions. It's about using what you have and doing whatever it takes. There are people who have been through unimaginable struggles, poverty, abuse, rejection, failure. And yet, they rise, not because they were given an easy path, but because they refuse to let their circumstances define them. They didn't wait for someone to save them. They saved themselves. And if they can do it, so can you. So stop looking outside of yourself for the answer. Stop waiting for a sign, for permission, for the perfect time. Stop telling yourself a story that it's someone else's fault, someone else's job to make things right. The moment you take full responsibility, you become unstoppable. Because when you own everything, you control everything. That's when you realize you don't need a rescue. You just need to start paddling. There comes a moment in life when you have to make a decision, stay chained to the past or break free and create something new. Most people never make that decision. They cling to their old ways, their old beliefs, their old habits, even when those things are destroying them. They tell themselves, "This is just who I am," or "This is how it's always been." And because they believe that, they never change. But what if that wasn't true? What if the version of you that exists right now isn't the real you, but a version shaped by fear, doubt, and limitation? What if everything you believed about yourself, what you can do, what you deserve, what's possible, was nothing more than a lie? Think about it. How many times have you stopped yourself from going after something because a voice in your head said, "I'm not good enough. I don't have what it takes." Or, "People like me don't succeed"? Where did that voice come from? Were you born with it? Or did you learn it from the world around you? As kids, we believe we can do anything. We don't question our potential. We don't hold ourselves back. But somewhere along the way, we start accepting limits. We listen to people who tell us to be realistic, to play it safe, to stay in our lane. And without realizing it, we build a prison inside our minds. That prison is made of old beliefs, old fears, old failures. And as long as you keep living inside it, you will never be free. So what do? You destroy it. You tear it down brick by brick until there's nothing left. And that starts by questioning everything you believed up until now. If you believe you're not smart enough, strong enough, talented enough, ask yourself, who told me that? And why did I believe them? If you believe success is only for certain people, ask yourself, who decided that? And why should I accept it? Most of your beliefs were never yours to begin with. They were given to you by other people, parents, teachers, friends, society. And if they're not serving you, it's time to let them go. Destroying the old isn't just about breaking mental chains. It's about raising your standards. Because the truth is, your life right now is a reflection of what you've been willing to accept. If you've been settling for less than you deserve, it's because at some level, you decided that's all you could get. But what if you set a new standard? What if you refuse to tolerate mediocrity in your life? What if you made the decision that from this moment forward, You will demand more from yourself. Success doesn't come from wishing, hoping, or waiting. It comes from setting a higher standard and refusing to accept anything less. The people who change their lives are the ones who draw a line in the sand and say, "This is it. No more excuses. No more settling. No more waiting." You don't need permission to rewrite your story. You don't need approval to become the person you were meant to be. You just need the courage to let go of who you were and step into who you're meant to become. It won't be comfortable. Change never is. The mind clings to the familiar, even when the familiar is painful. But comfort is the enemy of growth. If you want to rise, you have to be willing to burn the bridges that lead back to your old life. Destroy the beliefs that have kept you small. Destroy the habits that have held you back. Destroy the version of yourself that settles for less than your full potential. Then build something new. Build a mindset so strong that no obstacle can break it. Build habits so powerful that success becomes inevitable. Build a vision for your life so clear that nothing can shake your belief in it. You are not your past. You are not your mistakes. You are not the limits that others have placed on you. You are whatever you decide to become. But first, you have to let go of everything that's been keeping you from it. There's a moment in life when you realize that thinking, wishing, and hoping are never enough. No matter how much you dream, no matter how much you plan, nothing changes until you move. Nothing transforms until you take action. Not just once, not just when you feel like it, but every single day with unshakable discipline and relentless drive. People talk about success as if it's some mystical force that only a few lucky ones get to experience. But here's the truth. Success is earned. It's built with blood, sweat, and sacrifice. It's forged in the fire of relentless action. Every person who has ever changed their life didn't do it by accident. They made a decision to go all in, to do whatever it takes, and to never stop moving forward. Most people never get there because they are trapped in a cycle of hesitation. They want to change, but they hesitate. They overthink. They let fear, doubt, and procrastination rob them of their future. They tell themselves they'll start tomorrow, next week, next year. But tomorrow turns into never. If you want to change your life, you need to break that cycle. You need to stop waiting for the perfect time. Stop waiting for permission. Stop waiting for everything to feel right. Because it never will. There will never be a perfect moment. There will only ever be now. Massive change doesn't come from small efforts. It comes from massive action. It comes from waking up every day and pushing yourself harder than the day before. It comes from showing up when you're tired, when you're frustrated, when you feel like nothing is working. It comes from doing the work even when no one is watching, even when no one is clapping, even when no one believes in you. Because here's the thing, most people stop too soon. They start with excitement, but when things get tough, they slow down. When they don't see immediate results, they quit. But the ones who win, the ones who build something extraordinary, are the ones who refuse to stop. They don't wait to feel motivated. They don't let their emotions dictate their actions. They don't let failure break them. They push through, and that's the difference. Action creates momentum. Momentum creates results. Results create belief. And belief fuels even more action. But it all starts with that first step. Then the next. Then the next. No matter how small, no matter how difficult, no matter how uncertain. Forward is the only direction. You don't need to know every step of the journey. You don't need to have all the answers. You just need to start. Start where you are with what you have and commit to moving forward every single day. Commit to pushing past your limits. Commit to building the kind of discipline that makes success inevitable. Because once you embrace action, everything changes. You stop making excuses. You stop waiting for permission. You stop being a spectator in your own life and start being the one who shapes it. And when that happens, there is nothing, absolutely nothing, that can stop you. Everything starts in the mind. Your beliefs, your habits, your actions. Everything you do is controlled by the way you think. If your mind is weak, your life will be weak. If your mind is full of fear, doubt, and hesitation, your results will reflect that. But if your mind is unshakable, If you train it to be disciplined, focused, and resilient, then nothing, absolutely nothing, can stop you. Most people don't realize how much control they have over their own lives. They let their emotions dictate their actions. They let fear hold them back. They let negativity consume them. They wake up feeling tired, so they move through the day with no energy. They face a setback, so they convince themselves they'll never succeed. They listen to that voice in their head telling them they're not good enough, and they believe it. But what if that could change? What if you could take control? What if you could reprogram your mind to be stronger, to be sharper, to be unstoppable? Because here's the truth, you can. Your mind is like a muscle. If you train it with discipline, it grows. If you feed it with the right thoughts, it strengthens. But if you let it run wild, it will work against you. And most people never take the time to train their minds. They fill their heads with negativity, news, gossip, distractions, doubts. They let their environment shape them instead of shaping themselves. But the ones who succeed, the ones who dominate life, they take control. They master their emotions instead of being slaves to them. They don't let fear stop them. They face it and push through it. They don't let failure define them. They use it as fuel to grow stronger. They don't let their past control their future. They learn from it, but they never let it hold them back. The greatest power you have is the ability to choose what you focus on. You can focus on your excuses, or you can focus on your potential. You can focus on fear, or you can focus on action. You can focus on what's going wrong, or you can focus on what you can control. The choice is yours. But whatever you choose will shape your life. There will be days when your mind tries to pull you back to old habits, when it whispers doubts into your ear, when it tells you to quit. And in those moments, you have to fight back. You have to remind yourself who you are, what you're capable of, and why you started. You have to shut out the noise, block out the negativity, and stay locked in on your vision. This isn't about being perfect. This isn't about never feeling fear or doubt. It's about not letting those things control you. It's about mastering your emotions instead of letting them master you. It's about becoming so mentally strong that nothing can shake your belief in yourself. When you have an unshakable mindset, you don't break under pressure. You rise above it. You don't crumble when things get tough. You get tougher. You don't back down when life throws challenges at you. You meet them head on and keep moving forward. And when you do that, you become unstoppable. Because an unshakable mind creates an unstoppable life. A life where you control your destiny, where you dictate the terms, where you rise above every obstacle and make things happen no matter what stands in your way. But it all starts with you, with the decision to take control, with the commitment to master your mind, reprogram your thoughts, and step fully into your power. Because once you do that, nothing, absolutely nothing, can stop you. So here we are. The moment where you decide who you're going to be, the moment where you stop thinking, stop hesitating, stop doubting, and start doing. Because this isn't just another speech. This isn't just another set of words you'll listen to and forget. This is a wake-up call. This is a battle cry. This is the moment you stop living life on repeat and start creating the life you were meant to live. No more waiting. No more excuses. No more someday. Because someday is a lie. Someday isn't real. The only thing that's real is right now. And right now, you have two choices. You can walk away from this and go back to your old habits, back to your old mindset, back to the version of you that settles. Or you can step up, you can rise. You can take everything you've been through, everything you've struggled with, and use it as fuel to build something unstoppable. You think champions wait for the perfect moment? You think the greats sit around hoping for a sign? No, they take action. They move. They fail, they fall, they bleed, they struggle. But they never stop. You want to change your life? Then burn the bridge back to your old self. Burn the doubt. Burn the hesitation. Burn the fear. You don't need them where you're going. You don't have time to be controlled by the limits of your past. Because where you're going, there are no limits. There are no excuses. There is only forward. Muhammad Ali once said, "I hated every minute of training, but I said, don't quit. Suffer now and live the rest of your life as a champion." That's the mindset you need. You have to be willing to go through the fire. You have to be willing to embrace the struggle, because the struggle is what makes you unbreakable. You have to be willing to step into the unknown, to face fear head-on, to do what most people are too scared to do. Bet on yourself. Steve Jobs said, "The people who are crazy enough to think they can change the world are the ones who do." Be one of those people. Be the one who refuses to accept average. Be the one who doesn't just talk about what they want, but goes out and gets it. Because let me tell you something, the clock is ticking. Your life is happening right now. And every second you waste waiting for the perfect moment is a second you will never get back. Denzel Washington once said, "Ease is a greater threat to progress than hardship." Stop looking for easy. Easy won't change your life. Easy won't make you great. Easy won't give you the respect, the freedom, the success, or the life you dream of. What will? Relentless discipline, massive action. You want success? Outwork everyone. You want greatness? Outlast everyone. You want to be remembered? Then do something worth remembering. You have one shot at this life, one chance to leave your mark, one opportunity to prove to yourself and to the world that you were here for a reason. So no more waiting, no more playing small, no more living in the shadows of your potential. Now is the time. This is your time. And there is no turning back. Asterisk, asterisk. Go. Fight. Rise. Dominate. Because the world belongs to those who refuse to be stopped. Asterisk, asterisk.